everyone. My name is Lysandra Gonzalez, and this is my puppy Aurora. She is very interested in learning a little bit about the FEMA's Public Assistance Grant Program. So let's talk about it. So essentially what it is once a disaster has occurred and the state has declared a state of emergency, which we've all heard, the state will evaluate the recovery capacities of the state and the local governments. If it is determined that the damage is beyond the recovery capacity, then the governor will normally send a request letter to the president, which it's directed through the regional director of the appropriate FEMA region. The president then makes the decision whether or not to declare a major disaster or emergency. After a presidential declaration has been made, FEMA will designate the area eligible for assistance and announce the type of assistance available. FEMA provides supplemental assistance for the state and local government recovery expenses, and the federal share will always be at least 75% of the eligible costs. So what is the Public Assistance Grant Program? What it does is the following. It provides assistance to state, tribal, and local governments and certain types of private non-profit organizations so that the communities can quickly respond and recover from major disasters or emergencies declared by the president. And this is cited in the FEMA website. And it provides also supplemental federal disaster grant assistance for debris removal, emergency protective measures, repair, replacement, or restoration of disaster damages, publicly owned facilities, and facilities of certain private nonprofit, or also known PNP organizations. But also, something that's very important to note is that it encourages protection of these damaged facilities from future events by providing assistance for hazard mitigation measures during the recovery process. So essentially it's the interaction between FEMA, the state, which is the guarantee, and the applicants, which are the sub-guarantees. FEMA's primary responsibility is to determine the amount of funding, participate in educating the applicant on specific program issues and procedures, assist the applicant with development of the project, and review the project for once it's complete. So to do so, you need a liaison of sorts. And because of the fact that we have had many issues in the past, the FEMA would send something along the lines called the Public Assistance Coordinator, or the PAC, which is essentially a customer service representative assigned to work with you from the declaration to funding approval. The PAC is trained in the public assistance policies and procedures and will guide you through the steps necessary to receiving the funding, which is very important because you know it is funding, so they're very you'd have to know exactly what to do and how to do it. So this person will literally become your best friend. This person will keep you an accurate file that involves projects and conversations regarding damages and issues, which is very important. This person also will work with the applicant from the beginning to end and will help document the damages, report eligible repair works, and estimate costs. It also identifies issues involving insurance coverages or historic buildings and much more. So the sooner the better that you involve the person or of this sort or PAC, the sooner the funding will be made available. The PAC also has the authority to approve project costs up to $100,000 and to provide recommendations for approval or larger projects. So that's important to know also. But how do you deal with a PAC? You should expect to meet a PAC in person and talk with him or her by the phone as often as you need. You are expected to be contacted by a PAC within 1 week from the time you submit your request form. If you have not heard from a PAC by the end of the 2 weeks, please notify the state public assistance officer so they could help out. The first meeting with the PAC is called the kickoff meeting, which essentially is a comprehensive information and assistance meeting that it's tailored to your damages, to reviewing your damages and claims. So those could be addressed as soon as possible. If at all possible, attend the applicant's briefing for your area, which that information should be made public, and obtain a disaster fact sheet, and that will be catered to that disaster. Create a list of all your damages and review this handbook before meeting with your PAC. That way, once you do meet, you are informed of what's going on, and if you have any questions, you can go ahead and ask the PAC once you meet with them. So this is my presentation for today. If you have any questions, please go ahead and write them, and we could discuss about it, and hope this was a little helpful in what is a public assistance grant program. Thank you, and have a wonderful day.